Does it sound weird for me to say that I'm rooting for silver? I should not be rooting for something that has been in existence and has been a store of value for long before the existence of the silver market or the United States of America or most of the existing countries that are in the world today. But guess what? I still am. And I'm rooting for $34 because it's a critical price. I'll explain why in this video as we explore. As I record this video, the Asian markets have just opened up not long ago, and silver is just about 34 cents away from $35 right now. We are comfortably above $34, and I think we're going to see $34 through this week. Yes, it may even survive the smackdown that usually arrives on Fridays. I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to go ahead and make that prediction now that I think we're going to hold on to $34. And this is an important level because it is so close now to $35. We can taste it. And most technical analysts and silver analysts in general believe that that is the launching point for a massive silver bull run. Do I believe that? Not necessarily. No, I don't. But I do believe it is a critical level and a potential launching point for getting closer to $36 or $37 silver. And I predicted that by the end of the year, we would see $36 silver. That's bullish. But I'm also a realist as well and have to be faced with the confrontation with the possibility of silver not doing what I hope. You know, it happens all the time. And so we have to be real about silver's performance. But that, notwithstanding, does not take away from what silver has done for thousands of years. Now, I want to get into a little bit more why $34 is the important level, bringing up to the stair-stepping up to $35. But in the meantime, check out Summit Metals. And next time you are shopping around for precious metals, take a look at what they have. They've expanded their selection some. They now carry germanium mint products and have a good selection of silver out there and gold too. So check them out and see if they may be right for you. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by their customer service and their fast shipping. SummitMetals.com. Amid economic uncertainties and ongoing geopolitical turmoil, international prices of gold, silver, and crude oil surged during China's Dragon Boat Festival holiday. And analysts noted that silver prices still have significant room to rise, but now might be a more opportune time to focus on silver, according to this piece here from SMM, which is a information provider for precious metals and metals in general. Michelle Schneider, chief market strategist at MarketGauge, stated that gold and silver prices have been consolidating, leading her to maintain a neutral stance on both. However, if silver prices firmly break above $34 an ounce, and right now they've done that, she will seek to buy, as reaching $40 is only a matter of time. Now, that's one person's opinion. Now, remember, what is propping up silver's price now? It is a trade turmoil and geopolitical turmoil. Any of those things subside a bit, well, silver is going to be in danger probably first. Now, silver did have a little bit of a pullback in the previous day. It did fall very briefly below $34 an ounce, but it didn't take long, and that was in the bid price. And really, it's still up over 3.4% since Friday's close. Schneider emphasized the need for patience in the silver market, as there's still some resistance in the sector, but she hopes to see sustained buying following this breakout. When buyers are strong, it will signal the beginning of a significant rally in silver. And boy, that is the truth. And I'm not saying that you should just still go all in on silver right now to try to bring the price of silver up, because believe it or not, you and me, we make the least amount of difference in the silver market. We're talking big buyers, hedge funds, the folks in the bullion banks. It's when they do it. But the thing is what do? They short silver. And that's been happening for such a long time that beware, because we're going to see another effort in that area as well too, whatever the motive could be. And usually that happens on Friday. So it's a bold prediction for me to say that that on Friday we very well could see silver stay above $34. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and make that prediction anyway. Despite gold's strong performance, Schneider pointed out that the surge in the gold to silver ratio may indicate that silver is poised to shine. Currently, the gold to silver ratio has fallen below the 50-day moving average, possibly signaling the anticipated rotation into silver. That is quite a possibility. Right now, the gold to silver ratio has fallen to 97.24. We did see it break out to a 5-year high, surging to 107 to 1 in the last month, while gold prices also reached a record high of about $3,500 an ounce. Schneider expressed that she sees some similarities between ratios peak in 2020 and current price movements. In 2020, the gold to silver ratio fell from an historic high to a 6-year low, retracing 51% within a year, which also meant a significant appreciation of silver prices relative to gold. So that is a more recent example, which means that there is a possibility that this $34 silver and a breach and a move up very well could happen if history is a guide. Recent history, by the way. Although remember, the situation that happened in 2020 was unique, just as the situation in 2011 and in 1980 were unique. From a fundamental perspective, Schneider expects one of the main factors supporting silver price increases is that the Fed will cut interest rates as soon as possible, citing the slowing U.S. economy. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though, based off of what I've been hearing. I don't think we're going to see the Federal Reserve cut rates anytime soon, and it will probably likely only be one time. So that's where I disagree with her. Lower interest rates in turn will support industrial demand for silver, making it more inflation-resistant asset than gold. And I do agree with that. So when they do cut it one time, it very well could have a positive impact, buoying up silver's price, solidifying support for the metal. And that support very well could fall in line with, dare I say it, $34 an ounce. And especially if they were to do that soon. If they wait till later and we still see prices stay above this level, then we very well could see 35, maybe 36, and moving up to 37. That's a real possibility before the end of this year. At least that's what I think. We'll see how it plays out. Schneider also emphasized that gold remains an important monetary asset with significant value, as it is additionally supported by the declining state of the U.S. dollar, and, by the way, a key reason for strong central bank demand for gold, as well as the weaponization of the dollar. De-dollarization is still a very real thing, and it's happening. This is why it's good to have undollarized assets, including constitutional silver, like these dimes, or that silver dollar, as well as bullion, such as you see here. Gold and silver, indeed, are metals that have surpassed, as I alluded to at the very beginning of this video, surpassed empires, epochs, generations. They transcend space and time. And I think that is such an important aspect to understanding what it is to have wealth outside of the system. That alone is powerful enough, no matter what the price does. And we are going to be protected by the institutional and intrinsic value that the metals provide to us. So there is something to that which I think is extremely bullish, or extremely valuable, rather, for gold and silver, especially here in this case. But, it's one of those things. This is why I'm holding on. This piece of silver here I bought a heck of a long time ago, well over 30 years ago. And I'm really enjoying having silver in my stack that I've bought at $4 or $5 an ounce. And looking at it today, when adjusted for inflation, I still think I'm probably profiting somewhat from some of that silver back then. It was really stagnant for a lot of years. Made me question, which is one of the reasons why I stopped stacking, by the way. It just wasn't doing much. Like, what's the point? We're just kind of staying where it is. But I don't think I've fully grasped what it meant to have silver. That even though you can go through long periods of times where the price remains low, you question why that's happening, and you look at it through the lens of time and history, you're going to do very well in terms of wealth preservation. Because one thing is for sure, this is losing value by design. It's a debt instrument by the Federal Reserve where their target is 2%. To the natural economy, that's not inflation. But in reality, you and I know that it is inflation. It's just an inflation that they control. And then you've got silver, which, yes, many people feel is controlled by the big bullion banks and institutions, and the Fed itself are manipulating it, suppressing it. Nonetheless, they can only do so much of that. It has preserved our wealth through the course of history, if we're looking at a chart over the long course of time. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.